my camera's really it. Like that's really, if I could have that camera be the actual camera, I might have to like do makeup and hair before this because I'm gonna look crazy. No one wants to see that high. No one wants to see that high definition. That's
what did you just put up on the side of you?
It's going in the episode.
What do you mean? This has been here. It's been the light. It just.
Yeah, that was the light we saw behind the paraphernalia.
And you put something over. Did you put a cover over the light?
Like
there are covers. Yeah, my girl does. She had a photo shoot.
Okay. Are we counting in at this point, or is this the intro?
No, I think this is part of.
No, I had a cool intro. I was gonna be like, "Woo!"
You can still have that.
It's out.
Go ahead. There you go, Gail. You got it.
Yeah, do it.
That's so whack. Now I said, "Woo!" No, like that's terrible.
You sound like Bobby was hitting all them threes.
Woo! Woo! I'm gonna start calling like that on the court.
But to start this episode of the Wright Quality Podcast, actually, before we get into any actual topics, co-host, friends, please remind the people of who you are.
Ashley Wright the first, as always.
Ganger.
What's up? Jaritos, man. That's me. That's me today.
Are those good? I see them everywhere, but
get the 12-pack, man.
Is it soda?
It's crazy.
Yeah. I used to never drink soda. It used to be quote unquote spicy. The carbonation as a kid, I didn't have another word. There was another adjective to describe it. But shouts out. This is me plugging. Someone give me those Jaritos dunks, and I'll love you forever.
Jaritos.
I don't know what those look like. I haven't seen them yet, but I just know they look fire based off the
peel away. They peel away the layer, yeah, and then you can see like the orange and the green is tough.
Oh, that is tough. That is tough.
Yeah. So yeah, hey, the plug, all of us, we will take a picture and support you through Instagram clout.
Sponsor us, yeah.
Yeah, shouts out.
Big facts, definitely sponsor.
This is the one thing that'll last 10 years. We'll just use this clip over and over until it hits.
Oh God.
I will. I'll hold that one down.
I'm crying. Y'all are stupid. Anyway, man, let's get into the first topic. The elite. We'll get to the men's. Don't worry. But we are.
Or maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. Who knows?
We don't have to.
Their month may be ended, but I'll allow it.
No, let's talk about this Elite Eight, man. Prime time basketball being played in the Elite Eight of the women's tournament. Let's just start with the first game. Thoughts on Iowa LSU? Somebody please take it away. There's so much to get into, but yeah.
It was so juicy. It was so juicy. Oh my gosh, it was everything I wanted it to be. We had the dramatics, we had the cinematics, we had passionate coaches. It was wonderful. It was everything that the men's tournament is not giving us. And then now that we get into the play, oh my gosh, both teams just going at each other. Did you see those blocks?
Oh my God, 3 apiece from Angel and Flaude.
Hey,
the way they was swatting at the ball,
eating.
Yeah, no, they were getting to it. Quick side note. Angel Reese was very impressive this game. Well, it was a very impressive game. And
she should have had 20 and 20. They robbed her.
Yeah.
I don't say that to make it seem as if obviously she's not an impressive player, but I think the moment, the game, if not for LSU not feeding her the ball more in the second half, both
games.
In the first half, and mind you, like this, people talk about the women's game being slow. This game was not slow at all.
They were pulling
down. They were. I was like, yo, they go. They are hooping, but nobody could handle Angel Reese in the post. And I think LSU is a better team playing inside out anyway. Not 100%. That's been their identity the entire year, but they just had a lot of success in that game. Why they strayed away from it in the second half, I really don't. But
because it was a tale of like two things too. Because like they would still like be pulling, but it's like Angel was getting a bit more cleanup boards in the first half a little bit too, where it's like it worked to a degree, but it's like why not feed the post a little bit more? It's like she was cooking. Like she walked into like 12 and 12 in the first half. Like let her
Yeah,
feed her
she
the
did.
ball. Like what are we doing? Like
Yeah.
and I think I remember I was saying I was like last game I was like it was a lot of barking and I feel like she really, not to say she hasn't played all that well, but like last year's game, like she was doing a lot of talking. Like a lot of her teammates were like doing the heavy lifting. This year, Angel shut me up. That she was hooping. Like Florida
Yeah.
was hooping. Like
Yeah.
like they were dog.
hey,
Like and it was just so fun seeing like the back and forth like this year and just like I don't know, like Caitlyn coming back looking like 16 Curry, like stupid pulls, like heat checks from half.
she
Like
gets her own segment. Caitlyn gets.
No, yeah.
We won't even touch on. We won't even touch on her
but
yet.
the game in itself, like it was just great team ball
It
still
was
around.
It was masterful. I unfortunately feel like a turning point too was when Angel rolled her ankle and tried to fight through that. She was so dominant, like y'all said in the first half. I think another thing that put pressure on LSU was Iowa coming out of that 2-3 and going man to man. That was a problem. They were drawing a lot of fouls. But what I would have liked for Kim Mulkey to do sooner was put Flau'jae on Caitlin Clark.
Before she
Why is Haley Van Lit and Last Tier Poa guarding her? Flau'jae is long. Like her, obviously that length. Yeah, that
happened last year to Van Lit.
Yes.
Like, did we not? Where did this all start? Like, so we knew she wasn't going to be able to cover her. So why, like, fighting off a screen, especially like you're an undersized guard fighting over a screen, and you already like don't have the step on this player. Like,
so
and a few of them she had to go under the screen. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why they're sitting there like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that was the assignment, because I could get the start of the game, you don't want to do that to Flau'jae and her getting early foul trouble. So I get not starting her on Caitlyn, right? But if you are gonna start Haley Van Lit on her, you got to get the ball out of Caitlyn's hand to start the game. Like I'd rather if the game was gonna be close, I would have rather you made Caitlyn make her teammates keep the game close, at least in that first half. So then in the second half, you can be like, Flau'jae, that's your assignment for the rest of the game. Because she was killing Van Lit. And it was just like, and I don't even think that's not even Haley Van Lit's fault.
She was getting cooked.
Like, but
very bad.
She's getting cooked.
And she's coming off getting an IV. She was sick.
Heard that too.
Oh, they set her up. Twitter was lambasting her. They said, "Oh, back to the content creation life." It was. Oh my God, she was flambé.
So I said at the start of the game, after Caitlyn hit the first shot, I said she's gonna go for 40. I said it's just that type of night. She's gonna go for 40. Something in me said, I don't know. The rematch may not be personal, but I just think her, even if it's not the rematch, getting back to the Final Four, I think Caitlyn, with everything she's done, really feeling like if I'm the best player in the country, like I'm gonna go put my team on my back and we're gonna go get a chip. I don't care who in my way. That's how she started the game. And I think what I loved the most about Caitlyn's game in particular, it wasn't a great first half for her. It wasn't a clean first half. It was a lot of turnovers. A lot of turnovers, a lot of bad passes, a lot of errant passes, as some people may say. But it just didn't, her composure never broke. It never seemed like she was bothered by the turnovers, bothered by the score being close, bothered by the shot she was missing. And that's why when she came out in that third changed everything. But yeah.
No, it really did. Shout out to Io for the screens that they were setting, though. For them to get that many clean screens off, and I mean, they really sealed Haley Van Lit, which isn't hard. She's only 5'7" and about 150. Like, again, I just wish Kim Mulkey made that switch sooner, because when she did, Caitlyn, there was a limit. She was still getting off, as she will, because great players do that. But there was a limit on what she could do, similar to the national championship game. And I just felt like, man, that third quarter, it really did. It changed a lot. They went on that run, and LSU was never able to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Man, no, yeah.
yeah. Wish we could have saw. I mean, about Flau'jae though, Hooper. Hooper. Talk
Like
about
also, she should have got more touches too. Like 8 for 14.
facts.
That's great
Facts.
efficiency. Like, how was like
So LSU, they have a solid team, and the other two players, Michaela Williams and Morrow.
Yeah,
The
Anissa
forward.
Morrow.
So they're both
Morrow's balling?
really good players, right? So I wasn't necessarily upset at some of their. I wasn't upset at their touches, but I felt like they got away from their two dogs too much, especially in the second half. Angel should have got way more touches. I think the offense could have been ran by or could have been ran through Flau'jae a lot more as well. Because like you said, Gail, very efficient. Found her spots, was picking her spots really well. And I think, I mean, they only end up losing the game by 7. And so I think when you get down to a lot of those possessions where Angel didn't get a touch, where Flau'jae didn't get a touch. I mean, I know Van Lith had a pretty bad shooting night on top of getting cooked, but it's some of those small things that might have kept the game a little bit closer or might have gave them a better opportunity at the end, and they didn't have such a hill to climb. But LSU, I mean, I do think though, I will say this, as much as we've kind of like spoke to what LSU could have done better or differently, I mean, Iowa won this game because Iowa was the better team. Not only did Caitlyn have an amazing game, but her teammates also showed up as well. And so I think the contribution she got from the team really is what also took them over the hump as well. But amazing game. I mean, great game down to the finish for sure. Any other thoughts specifically on Caitlyn though? I know we kind of mentioned her and brushed over to come back to her, but she's insane. She's a menace. She's a maniacal human being. And I don't think truly, like, she's different. Like she's from a mentality standpoint, and not just women's. I'm talking about as a hooper. Like she just has a different approach to ball, like one of one that you see when we're talking mindset, approach, like passion for the game. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I think the thing with her is like she's just such a like I don't know. Like when we're talking about it, like I remember like having conversations with like kids at school about her, and like I hear like yeah, she's really good. It was like, there's no bag, like there's no real bag work. And I'm like, that's so deceptive because it's like her bag is like, I get it. I've said similar things about like if we're talking like Steph or Kyrie in terms of like what a bag looks like. And it's like one is definitely like better in tighter space and like has more, handle craft. Like I understand that. But like you can't take away like just because someone has like, maybe not the tightest dribble or whatever it may look like, she's still getting to where she wants to get at will. Like through her shooting, like it's to the fault of the game. It's where it's at now. It's like just because she can look up and give that threat that she'll pull from there, she can still manipulate the defense to get essentially wherever she wants, off a screen, wherever. Like it's we have to appreciate what it is. She's putting up 41, 7, and 12. Like fuck. One cuss for the pod. Fuck a bag. Like she's getting the job done. So it's like it's tough. It's tough, man.
No, she really is. I think yesterday too, even in spite of all the threes that she was making, we saw her get to the hoop a little bit more. She was driving. She put the ball on the floor a lot. We saw her and her passing ability. She really showed an all-around game yesterday. And I think that's as close as we're going to get to Caitlin Clark having a bag. Maybe she'll develop in the W. I'm not sure. But if she can just expound upon what we saw yesterday, that's good enough. Like, and her good enough is greatness. You know what I mean? For some other players. So, yeah, she doesn't need a bag. To your point, she does not.
Not at all.
It's like if you're all right, like I don't know. Anyone can shoot, anyone can handle, but it's like to get to do that and to affect your team in such a way, like
It's
That's
just,
a bag. That's a
it's
bag.
just
A
not
bag is like
flashy.
someone that, I mean, I get it though.
Yeah, it's just not flashy.
Yeah, it's not flashy. Like,
Yeah, it's that
Fundamentally,
typical.
though, yeah,
Yeah,
fundamentally, she's
I was
one of
just
the most
about to say.
sound players, and that's all you need. She doesn't need to. Everything doesn't have to be a whole bunch of dribbles. It's okay. I'm a
Mhm,
reject this screen. Put
mhm.
you on my hip. Excuse me. Lay.
Yep.
Put on the big, and she can do that. And then if you do want to press her, oh, okay. If I do use this screen and you get caught, 26, 27, 28 feet, it's going up. And it looked like it's going in every single time.
Every
That's the
time.
problem. Why every shot look good? That don't make no sense.
It's just like Steph. Like you just everything. Even her half court, she could pull from the logo, and we're holding our breath. Like, oh my god! Like what? What? That girl is different.
But yeah, the second game, the nightcap.
also anxiety inducing. Because
Paige is different too.
why
Like
why
her
are,
Paige.
why are we looking off Juju? Why are we for at least, the first half, at least 8 field goal attempts, 8 free throw attempts. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I saw, pardon me, how do those get to me? 8 3-point attempts from a teammate. Not to say that, like, that shouldn't happen within the flow of an offense, like how basketball is running, but it's like, come on now, 13 points off, low shots again. Like, we have to be finding them a little bit more. Jesus Christ. It's getting me. But yeah, I don't know. From what I saw in the first half, it's like, what's going on? Or do we hate our teammates? Is there envy?
It didn't look like they ran a lot of sets for Juju. Like if Juju just happened to come and get the ball, then they let her work. But it don't seem like they had
found her in spots.
Yeah, they didn't have sets to get her the ball in spots or like in a position, to attack for real. Everything was one-on-one. Now, to that point, there is absolutely no reason that she should be moving out of the triple threat like that. There is absolutely no reason that is.
When I found
this
that
is
her and Angel
unfair.
Reese were the same height, I felt very concerned.
Yeah, she's 6'1", moving like that.
Wait, I thought pause.
Fair. She's definitely like 6 foot 6'1".
Yeah, she's not 6'3".
I thought someone said no. Okay, I was about to say
no.
Yeah, she's 6'1". She's guard size, but she's like she moved. I don't even know.
The way she moves so it's.
All right, they got her 6'2" now.
6'2". Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this without it sounding crazy. So bear with me. When you look at a lot of women basketball players, they just don't move like that. It's not to say they're not talented. I'm literally talking about how she moves. It's like women aren't typically like slippery in that sense.
Her
like
flow, yeah.
Her flow like is crazy. And it's like for her to have that, it's like, yeah, she can go one-on-one against anybody and probably, get a high quality shot. But imagine getting her in actions where she's getting the ball and having a chance to go downhill against a mismatch, or she's actually getting a wide open shot off of screens that you all are setting for her. Juju, again, 1 of 1, very different. I wish you would have got more touches. I don't think USC or her teammates shot themselves out of the game. I just think that in moments where they probably should have rolled Juju a little bit more to keep the game close, they seem to defer for whatever reason, or they just seem comfortable with her not getting the touches that she probably should have got, seeing the player that she is. But it's tough because all the talent was still on display. So it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, Juju's silky. When she gets to that elbow, it's pretty much over. She's so automatic. But I think, honestly, the difference in that game was the veteran presence that UConn has. I mean, everyone on that team. And then the adversity that they had to face throughout the season. Like, they had 5 players in street clothes yesterday. But you see, the early calls that were called on them, right? And so they're in foul trouble, and they've only got a 7-woman rotation. Their backs are against the wall, but
A
it's not
6.
anything that they hadn't seen throughout the season. So I think that was really the difference maker. The fact that, okay, they got punched in the mouth early and they were able to respond quickly and they just kept going. And like you said, Steve, what USC should have done was ride the coattails of Juju a little bit more. UConn did that with Paige a lot more.
And like they didn't target KK after she got her third. Like it
Yeah.
just felt like they were missing like some they gotta I don't know. Offensively, you have to attack the weak link. And if
Yeah.
someone can have 3, you already see how they defend. They're either going to let up 2 or they're gonna get their 4th. So
But that's that
it's a
veteran
6-man
mindset.
rotation.
Yeah, that's that veteran mindset that I feel like USC lacked, to not recognize, hey, we need to attack KK. She's a really great player on the opposing team. Let's get her on the bench. They didn't do that, so.
Yeah. No, it frustrating.
I was gonna say, apparently, quick side note, apparently USC women's has the #1 recruiting class coming in next year. So
What?
apparently, that's what they said on the broadcast. But whoever is joining Juju next year should be very scary. But to talk more on UConn, hey man,
Say, man.
PB ain't no slouch. Let me tell you, people been talking about Caitlyn, okay, and rightfully so. That girl's a dog, bro. And again, different bags. So obviously the systems aren't the same, and Paige doesn't have the ball nearly as much as Caitlyn does. Obviously, the way the
Very off ball. She looks like
but obviously the way the team is constructed, she doesn't need to have it as much, but still the impact on the
she
game.
be fighting through screens. She be fighting. She's
And
waiting.
she's tough like Paige. Like I'm looking at the small frame and I'm like, okay, of course Shorty could hoop, but I'm like taking bumps. I'm bumps.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, dog. Like she's getting to it. And so the way that she impacts the game, or the way she impacted that game, even in particular, you talking about a UConn team that's down 5 players, 2 of their best players, and Paige says she going back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, say man. Yeah, Juju is 101 for sure. But in the Final Four for the women's, we of course have Iowa taking on UConn, so that's gonna be such a heavyweight matchup. Can't wait to see that. But then we also have South Carolina, NC State. Everybody pretty much knows about South Carolina. They're undefeated this season. They've been a powerhouse in women's basketball for, I mean, since it's been becoming more popular, essentially. But NC State has made, a hell of a run this postseason. And I definitely
Why
don't.
does this happen?
Hmm?
This happens like every year. Does it
What?
not? Sorry. Like 2 of the same schools. One year is UConn and UConn. So it's like that makes sense. But there's always like, these 2 teams made it to the Final Four. But
You
it's
saying
NC State.
men's and women's?
It happens. Yeah, for men's and women's. Like I feel like this happened like at least 5 out of the last 10 years. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Really? You think it happens that often?
Yeah, UConn, they both won the women's championship and men's championship, in 2009, and then again in 2014, and they could do it again now in 2024.
So, okay, there we go with UConn. NC State, though, that's kind of crazy. And UConn, wait, this is a double-double.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's a double-double.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we got UConn, NC State for both, I wouldn't be upset. Just because that rarely happens. Just because that rarely happens.
That might be the first time that ever happens. Besides, like if there were like 4 schools ever, and there's like Boston, like yeah.
I gotta see Dawn Staley back in there. I got to.
I do. So do you all have South Carolina coming out that game with NC State?
I think they're just a little too much in the inside. If Camila Cardoso can make her presence known, then yes.
Newly committed.
So
the draft. What did I phrase that wrong?
No, you're good.
4th overall prospect.
Yeah, 4th.
Yeah, makes sense. It tracks. Who y'all got coming out of LSU? Not LSU, sorry. Who y'all got coming out
of
Iowa and UConn?
Bro.
No, hey, wait, can we talk about it?
The matchup that will be?
Well, no, wait, we didn't really tap into the messy part about Iowa versus LSU. That's new age. Like that was the race war. That was the first time we've had that since last year. Like this was, hey man,
this war is crazy.
We can get another one if South Carolina can match up against Iowa, but
this one had the this was like the what happened on that boat. There was like people that came out. The chair. Yeah,
Are you talking about the
Alabama thing?
Yeah, there we go.
Please, bro.
John has a shirt about it. From podcast co-host, shouts out John, has a shirt of that. And this felt like it once again. It was like there was a bit of a tinge of like.
You're deleted.
You don't want to see some tweets from Iowa fans that day. They might rub you the wrong way.
You're right. You're right.
There were some wild tweets out there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, wait, can we talk about that reporter? Well, who was that? The LA Times. What did he say? He called debutantes, right? Who's used the word debutante?
That was so wrong. And I'm happy that he had to remove that article because that was not okay.
Crazy.
He literally called them villains. Like
that's the modern age nappy headed hoes.
No.
Okay.
I'm just calling a duck a duck.
You're not wrong. But first of all, who's the chief editor over there? Because ain't no way.
Ain't no LA Times, right?
Ain't no way that came across your desk and you was like, yeah, this good.
Did you guys see that new trailer for the Good Times animation show?
Oh my god, I said that. My
That's
brother made a good point. If it didn't have the Good Times label, I don't think we wouldn't bat an eye. I don't think we would. It would be another cartoon. Like, okay, this is bad. This is like baddies. Baddies is damn near crack cocaine for us. Like for our young ladies and men. Oh, it's terrible. It's awful. It's equal damn near in my eyes. But anyways, this is just terrible because it's like, yeah, why are you throwing Good Times name on this? There's a baby with guns selling dope. Like,
who's selling? Somebody selling dope?
Wanda, what are we doing? Who paid you?
What are we?
Oh, you're one of the good ones. Dog,
this is insane. Well, thank you, Gail, for derailing us into the race war aspect of
it was interesting. It was reading tweets that day.
It was like not interesting.
It was like January 6th vibes. It was like, election year. We're on election year. It's
January 6th vibes. It's crazy. What's wrong with you, dude?
It was. You remember that day? I was at work, and I'm like, they're at the Capitol. Like.
I would like to throw fuel on this fire really, really quick. Outside of the race war. So back to the matchup that is Iowa versus UConn.
Ooh.
Caitlyn Clark really wanted to commit to UConn. She had a character drawn of her like in a UConn jersey. She says it's still on her dresser, whatever. But when she visited UConn, Gino Auriemma never spoke to her or her family. So she felt like I'm not wanted. She literally said it's one of the best places on earth. So I think she might have as much of a vendetta, if not more, against UConn going into that game that she had against LSU. And Gino brought it up. He said, I hope that she doesn't have anything against us. I said Paige Beuckers is the best player in the world. I take that back. It's Caitlyn Clark. Hopefully she doesn't drop 50 against us. All that stuff. Now, all this was said, I think, jokingly, but it's going to be juicy, if not juicier.
Gino's crazy for that, first and foremost. Second, funny that is the case because let's wrap this conversation up with talking about that class of 2020. Because I didn't realize all of them were the same class. That's crazy. That's a crazy class. Given, of course, how all their careers went, but even to know that I think three of them, I know it was Caitlyn, Paige, and I think Haley Van Lith. I think they all were on the same USA team.
Yeah. Who else was on that team?
Was Cameron Brink on the team too? I can't remember.
Cameron Brink. Yep.
Okay.
Cameron Brink. That's what I was thinking of.
So, yeah, but no, that's a crazy class. But also, I don't know if Caitlyn. It would have been interesting to see Caitlyn be on a team where she was playing with another top talent and not on a team where she's literally the team. No disrespect to her teammates, but everything really does center around her, and she's been able to benefit, from that in a lot of ways, not in a malicious way, but she's been able to benefit from being the star, whereas if she did go to UConn with Paige, who's to say she would have kind of had the explosion, that she's had throughout her college career. But really, really interesting. But picks out of Iowa, UConn. Who y'all taking?
UConn is the more well-rounded team, and that's the team that I want to go with.
The eye test says I gotta go with Caitlyn. Like, Paige is a dog. They beat the number 1 seed on their side. But I think that there's just gonna be it's a firefight. Who has more to last? It's like, and I don't know, it's the foul trouble. You got 6, 7. Like, let's say it's Paige that gets in like, a couple. Let's say it's KK that gets a couple again. Like, I don't know. I think I gotta go. Iowa to beat at that. I don't know. I think I gotta go with Iowa. That's
Ozzy Fudd. That's the name I was thinking of earlier when I said I couldn't think of her name, but I could see her face. But no, yeah, taking Iowa is not a bad idea. I just feel like this is
it's hard to go against Gino. It's hard
exactly.
to go against Gino. Gino is a great coach,
and he got USC out of their body. I don't think it was just USC straying away from Juju. I think it had a lot to do with how they were guarding her off the ball as well.
Agreed. Which is why, because also one, Iowa doesn't have that deep of a rotation either. Right. They don't utilize it. I think they only go about 7.
Yeah, about same.
So I think that'll balance out. But I do think that UConn's defense is, I mean, I don't want to say it's better than LSU's. I don't think UConn has a defender like Flaw J, but I do think team-wise, defensively, if they can make Caitlyn uncomfortable, that of course gives them the best shot. Now, can you really make Caitlyn uncomfortable? No clue. Not sure. Probably not. But
41, and she had a mid 41, 7-12 game. May I say that? That was like a mid 41, 12.
I mean, it was
in a sense where it's like you said, first half wasn't perfect.
Oh,
and she could have hit like.
Here's the thing.
I don't know. I feel like she could hit more. I feel like she could have been a little bit more locked. She could have had 15 assists. She was second cuss bullshit on some of these passes. Like, she was not locked in. Like, just kind of just like, come on, like, wake up. So it's like she could drop.
But those now like, with those turnovers, LSU wasn't really able to capitalize.
Agreed.
Turn the ball over against the UConn team if you want to. Turn it over if you want to. That's a different story. Had LSU knocked down half of the shots that they took on those second chance points, it would have been a different game. Like Steve said, they only lost by 7.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's a toss up.
It's definitely a toss up. If I gun to my head, I had to pick.
Is it working out?
Paige say she coming back. I'm going with Iowa. I'm going with Iowa. Paige says she's
giving herself a buffer.
It is do or die for Caitlyn. I see that point.
You know what? I think she might really go out with a bang. I think Caitlyn might be like, you know what? Dropped 40 in the Elite 8. Let me go ahead and drop another 40 in the Final 4. Let me get another 40 in the championship game. And I put
how sick that would be.
Number 1 pick. News dropped today. Bronny James is going to enter the transfer portal. Thoughts on this and where y'all think he should go?
The G League.
Oh, please.
You know what? If they were going to still be like, if they weren't disbanding or whatever they doing, I could see it. But obviously that's not on the table anymore.
Wait, they're disbanding?
Oh, yeah. They are.
The Ignite or the G League?
The G League
Ignite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Are y'all shocked by the news that he's entering the transfer portal?
Not entirely. Obviously, there are goals. He's not able to come out and be one and done like the goal was, so he could play with his dad. So he's just got to put himself in the best position to get to the league.
UCLA.
Oh, what? Across the street? That's boring.
Yeah, I know.
What's the
That's why I want it, because it's like, oh yeah, ooh, boo, boo, Bronny, you went from red to blue. They're on the south side or wherever they are. I don't know, but it's just gonna be like some extra rivalry stuff. Like he gets to stay close to his pops, unless comes to Marquette, and Ron wants to go out here to Milwaukee next to his son and just make sure he's okay and possibly play with the team that's out here.
Will he play with Cooper Flag?
Ooh, that's cool.
in all seriousness, what's the best situation for Bronny to put himself in to get to the NBA?
Who develops the best guards? Who offered him when he was in middle school? John Calipari. Think about Kentucky guards that are in the league right now. He had that offer.
Dang.
Bron would never okay that.
No?
Why not?
Was he gonna go to North Carolina
Ohio
with
State?
Armando Bacot?
No, I just don't think Bron is. I won't say he's not a fan of Cal, but I don't think Bron's sold on Kentucky.
No, I agree with that. But I mean,
you're asking where Bron wants Bronny to go then. So where does
I'm asking what makes sense for Bronny to go, but let's not act like Bron don't have a
let GM.
Well, what made Bron say okay to USC? Like who thought USC was doing anything? Because Isaiah Collier went there? Like
because it was vacant and he could I guess it wasn't vacant, he didn't really play. But he's coming off of he's coming off of a hard thing. Like I feel like we just gotta just go somewhere where you can get tick and let's see you play. Like that's really it. Like
he does need more playing time, and he needs the ball in his hands. Like he has to be on a team where he has to be the guy, honestly, just so the talent can be seen. I don't think. It may be different if he plays with a Cooper Flag. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's him and one other guy, and it's like a two tandem. But but that wasn't the situation, at USC. So I don't know, but I think it'll be interesting to see where he goes.
I see him being like a Tyus Jones on a college team type of player. And not to make another Duke connection, but that's just what I see for him. Like somebody that needs the ball in their hands to be able to flourish. Not necessarily score, but just make opportunities for teammates.
Final hot take on Bronny. I don't think he gets in the league before Bron retires.
Whoa. Bron did say recently, he said, I don't have that much time left.
He's just trying. That's a dad being like, hurry up, nigga. Like, come on. You said I'm a 2003 Escalade.
The 8 changed.
Come on, hurry. I'm breaking. I got so many repairs.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not the eco model.
I think Bron got one more. I think he got one more year after this in him. Like, all things considered, body, how much he cares. Like,
I think how much he
wants to play.
I think that's really it. He could play till he's 50. What I've seen, the data, when is he really gonna he's been shooting the best he's ever been. What if he just becomes like the ultimate foul baiter and then he actually shoots 90% from the free throw line? He could live until he's 60.
Hooping till you're 60 is crazy.
Yeah,
I want him to shut the conversation down. I want him to be like, he's averaged, even though he hasn't gotten a ring in however long, he's averaged 27, 7, and 7 until he's 55.
The man is tired, bro. But major news in the NBA, Joel Embiid, the reigning NBA MVP, has made his return to the court as of today. What's today? The 2nd? Yeah. As of today. He is
top of your list for MVP voting?
No. Would have been, but
doesn't qualify.
Right, of course. That won't qualify for anything, obviously. But they are hoping that this playoff push is, kind of the compensation for all of that. But of course he's back right in time for the playoffs. There obviously before he got injured, Philly was the top 2 team, honestly, in the East and one of the best teams in the league. And I think a lot of people had really not lofty, but a lot of people had some relatively high expectations for Philly when he was healthy, and they did look really good during that time. Now that he's back, there are some people that think if the matchups are correct or if the matchups favor them, that the conference finals is their ceiling. So what does Embiid's return mean for the Eastern Conference playoff picture?
Well, they did get the W tonight against the Thunder with Embiid back.
Dang.
Yeah,
No shade.
No shade, yeah. But some good energy.
He's been in and out, hasn't he? Shay's been in and out recently, hasn't he?
He has been. Well, I mean, he's played like the last, I think he's missed one of the last 5, but that was like the first of the 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 105. They got that tonight.
Okay.
Shouts out Kelly. Damn, can't say that either. Shouts out Kelly Oubre though, 25 points.
Can't say what.
It was a reference to what happened to him. It's in the taste. Shouts out to him though. Crashing in with 25 points.
Dude, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
No, shouts out he's healthy. Shouts out because he's a bionic man. He came back in like 2 games. He came back like so quick. No, like that.
He came back way quicker than I thought.
And he's dropping 25. Like this is up there with like Paul Pierce levels.
He's been hooping all year. He's been hooping all year.
That's man. Shouts.
Did you just equate him to Paul Pierce in the wheelchair?
No.
Oh.
Paul Pierce got stabbed multiple times.
The stabbing is what you equate.
Getting hit by a car is crazy. On a bike, like that's multiple ribs. Like I would be out for years. There's no way. Like that's crazy. And he's dropping 25 off 50% shooting. You're mentally focused enough to go 5 for 5 from the free throw line in an NBA game, and that happened to you in a calendar year. So I'm just talking the testament of human man. Like this turned into a Kelly Oubre stand session. But
what are your thoughts on the playoff picture?
I think it's doable. Like I think they have a team to do it. Like you said, like they were the best team before like any of this happened. Like now everyone's back healthy. Cameron Payne is contributing 10 rebounds.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Whoa, nice, Cam.
Double. Yeah.
And Joel Embiid is having 7 assists. Modern day NBA, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. They can do it. Like they just have to it's who gets flowing first. It's out of the East. It's like who's gonna figure out their BS? Because come on. But we just dropped one. State of the Union address. This is your president speaking. We dropped one to the Washington Wizards. We lost to the team that you shouldn't be losing to. That was their 15th win of the season. How dare we? Like this is my
MKE rant.
Hit the red button. Somebody, is it possible to have a trade?
What?
Stinker.
Yeah, you're wild, man.
Come on. This is crazy. We lost to
trading.
Dame wasn't out there.
Dame wasn't out there.
Dame was out.
As far as the 76ers making a playoff push, it's feasible for them. Not sure what the remaining schedule looks like, but obviously there's some confidence within that team with Embiid back being able to get a win against the Thunder, although shayless. I think anytime you get a player the caliber of Joel Embiid, it's a morale boost. Obviously, like that's their leader. That's who they play through. And the fact that he was, able to play, I don't even think he was limited tonight. Like he played very well. Yeah, it's something that the Sixers can do. And I think they're gonna shake things up and ruin a few lives in the first round because they're obviously not a team that should be that low of a seed. So if they can go into that first round with some momentum, albeit in a 8 or 7 seed,
Yeah, no, they can make something shake easily.
Yeah, I know I don't know if they catch Miami just because Miami is so unpredictable. So there's no telling how that plays out. But it also, I don't think they're going to get caught by Atlanta or Chicago either. So it looks like, I mean, Philly's going to be 7 or 8, right? Like I don't think they're going to lose both games. It's going to be really interesting. I think them versus Boston first round would be crazy.
Mhm.
Them versus us first round would be crazy. But if they draw anybody outside of us, depending on how things fall, like God forbid we lose the 2 seed. But if Cleveland jumps, yes,
Literally, that's what I'm
they can
saying.
they can definitely crash the party. So it's gonna be really interesting. Like if Embiid is good to go, like I still don't think he's probably 100%. But if he's good to go, and the rest of the team can, if Uber is going to continue to have the season he's having, if Buddy Hield, can take a step up, if Maxey continues to be the Maxey we've seen all season,
Yeah.
He didn't play either tonight, by the way.
East becomes a toss up. East might really become a toss up. Honestly, the 2K rating did so well last
Oh
time.
yeah, you're like, got it. Let's hit him with another one.
Yeah.
Gotta
Mono
do
Banton.
ah.
It was. Did I get it?
No.
Dude, please. Oh my God.
I was like, that's a guess and a half. That's crazy.
Please.
Okie dokie.
All right. Okay.
Let's get into it. Overall is an 82. Inside scoring is a 70. Outside scoring is a 86. That's not accurate. Athleticism is an 83. Playmaking is a 63. Rebounding is a 56. And defending is a 64.
All right. I wrote these down. I'm determined.
You wrote them down home. I got to write them.
I'm determined. Like, I have to get this on the first
All
try. I don't
right.
think I've gotten one on the first try. I guessed it, but
One more time. Inside scoring 70, outside scoring 86. Wrong because you said that. 83 for something, 63 for something, 56 for rebounds, and 64 for defense.
83 is
83
athleticism.
athleticism.
Athleticism,
63 is for playmaking ability.
playmaking. All right. So
Were
we're
you
looking
saying
at
wrong as in it should be higher, or wrong as in that's too high?
Too high.
Oh shoot. Okay.
we're looking at a
All right.
shooting guard, small forward.
Small forward.
We've done BI already. That's what I would have given that to.
82, he's worse than BI because BI was an 86.
He's not as good as BI offensively.
And you said outside shooting 86 was wrong.
Yes, too high.
What would you rate it? 74?
Something like that. This
Something like
player
that.
doesn't shoot a lot of threes, in my opinion.
But when they shoot, I guess it's a decent-ish clip.
I guess.
You guess.
When they shoot, it's decent. No, I guessed Andrew Wiggins last time, but it wasn't Andrew Wiggins.
It's not Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, it's not. Dang it, still again, my first try is wrong.
Yeah, I think.
You're close.
You said
Aaron Wiggins?
Kelly Oubre.
No.
That's a great guess, but no. Dang,
Wait, so they don't.
I guess this one.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Defending is a 64? Damn.
That's also, I don't know if that's 2K is so weird. I don't know if that's misleading or not. I think it's a bit misleading.
Because like they're not known as a defender. Because like that'd be Herb Jones. Like this like
they're not known as a defender, but I think that's where more of their upside is.
Hold on. I'm calculating. Let me go through the Rolodex.
I'm literally going
I
state
can
by
do
state trying to see.
it. I literally am.
Athleticism is very key to how this
MPJ.
not MPJ. More athletic than MPJ.
Dallas?
No, but it is in the Western Conference.
Damn.
Yeah, I knew it had to be the West.
You know how I was thinking Derrick Jones Jr., but the athleticism is not where it should be. So that would be up there. Let me think about it. Oh, what? Like you mean in proximity? This is
Harrison Barnes?
No.
Jonathan
Same thing.
Kuminga?
It is
Who?
Jonathan Kuminga.
Oh,
That's
Jonathan. Okay.
hilarious.
I thought he was a power. I didn't know he was a
Well, so when y'all said small forward, I'm like, he could be a 4, and I know he plays more 4 with them, but I think naturally he's a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, just because it was so good and I had so much fun, you should do a second one and give us no hints.
Yeah, let's do that.
Someone know hints?
Let's do that. Just off the
Yeah.
top.
Come on now. Yeah, just go through.
Yeah, just look up some overalls.
Some bull
All right, let's
on the bad one.
let's think around. Let's think around the league here. 87 overall. Inside scoring is an 83. Outside scoring is an 86. Athleticism is an 82. Playmaking is a 75. Rebounding is a 70. Defending is a 60.
Dang, you suck.
On the contrary, they
You can't defend though.
their archetype is a playmaking 3-level threat. That's the only thing I'll give.
Oh, 3-level threat.
You're not in the West still. Oh, wait, no hints. Damn. Just yes or no.
Who would be an 87?
Cat.
No.
That was decent.
He's not a playmaker, though.
Jalen Green.
No.
This is juicy, y'all. Okay. Dang. 87 overall, an 86 outside shooting, and 82 athleticism.
Bradley Beal?
No. I think Bill's overall might be a little bit higher than that.
Not this year.
Fair.
I have to look at the numbers in my head because my phone is dying. But don't repeat them. I got them. 82, 83, 86. I'm sorry, 87. Yeah, it starts with 87. And then the 82 is the third one. Sorry. 60 defendant. The top 3 is all I need to know. Isn't it high 80s for
$87 overall.
he's a what was his archetype?
Playmaking 3-level threat.
Mikal Bridges?
No, but that's a great guess. No, they're not the same type of player.
Okay. No hints.
DeJounte Murray.
No, that's funny. That's almost who I went with.
So nope. Yeah, no hints. Okay. Damn, I want to say one hint because if
One hint. Am I giving the hint?
Should we go east or west for a hint? Like, what do we want our hint to be?
right, because I was thinking more like he isn't like Mikal. Like I want to go position almost, where it's like do we go conference? Do we go position where it's like if he's not Mikal, is it a? Because I want to say like I want to say he's a 4. Or what if you're like a genie? We get like 3 questions and can only be like a yes or a no.
Yeah, we can do that.
You get the first. You get the first.
East.
Yes.
Okay.
4.
Depends on the lineup.
Okay, so he's shifty.
80s.
In 87 in the East? We've done Julius Randle before, haven't we?
We have not, but it's not him.
Yeah, because his outside ain't 86.
Yeah.
Flipped. His outside is 83, for being generous, and his inside is 86.
No, inside 83, outside 86.
No, I know. I'm saying Julius Randle. I'm saying if Julius Randle was it, it'd be flipped.
Yeah.
I guess we get one more question, Ashley. If you want to burn it, go crazy.
Paolo Banchero.
Yeah, burn that question.
What made you go to Paolo?
Because I'm like, who the F in the
Slippery.
East is making noise right now that can really, like, that's athletic and all? Paolo.
Yeah.
87. That's good.
Yeah. I was like,
he's
because the
decent.
defending, I was like, the defending felt a bit low.
It does.
I feel like he's
I get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Like yeah, I get it. Yeah.
The scoring, I feel like the overall, the inside, outside scoring and athleticism, I feel like that. I mean, that gives you a box of players, and he would fall into that. But yeah.
I also went through like my state thing that I told y'all. So I'm literally in my head like, okay, Florida.
I just wasn't thinking at the end. I was just more so thinking like, what's a good question to ask Steve?
Yeah, no, it's I'm so no, I can't imagine being on y'all end of the question. I'd be wrecking my brain trying to.
We should do that. We should do that.
Yeah.
Next time I'll come with somebody.
Okay, yeah, y'all got to come up. It can't be the same game. It can't be the 2K ratings, but y'all got to come up with something else. Y'all got to bring y'all own.
He said that's my content.
Hey,
y'all can have your other.
I don't want to be on the other side.
Mondays.
I don't want to be
Your right Wednesdays. I might have the 2K questions. It's going crazy.
Right. But yeah, no, wow. Oh, you got something?
Well, no. I got a segment in mind for y'all. I got y'all.
Okay.
Next episode.
I got a couple too, but they were blocked.
See the segment next episode. But yeah, no, talked about a lot. I think y'all might see this by the time the Final Four has happened. Try to get this out before the championship, at least. But next time you see us, we'll probably be talking Final Four and championship and all that good stuff. And hopefully we'll know a little bit more about the playoffs. Hopefully the Bucks are still the 2nd seed. But yeah, nonetheless.
Go DJ Burns Jr.
Go DJ Burns Jr. But yeah, until next episode, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.